Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my very requested flight attendant makeup tutorial. This is my everyday makeup tutorial, usually when I have time though. So if I'm in a rush, I do not do all this. I can totally do another video on my 5-minute makeup routine, so when I need to get out the door, but this is usually the look that I go for. This is a very long wearing makeup. This is full coverage, like this is the shebang. And I have a lot of different techniques that I use to make sure that my makeup lasts all day long while I'm working, and I use some products that really do help if you're trying to make your makeup stay all day long. So this might be a lot of makeup for some of you guys. Some of you guys might be like, oh, this is how much I use, but everyone does their makeup their own different way. There's no right way or wrong way to do makeup. This is just how I find it works best for me, and you guys asked me a lot, so I thought that I would just share it with you guys. So before I get tons of questions about my scarf, the regional airline that I work for kind of works for represents two different airlines, so I have two different scarves. I can't find my other one, but I like this one better anyway. I've never gotten to wear it though. That is the deal with the scarf. I'm really excited to finally get this video up. Let me know if you guys want me to do more flight attendant makeup tutorials. I'd be more than happy to do that. And if you guys are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, then just keep on watching the video. Okay guys, so to get started, I go in with my primer, and I like to use a primer that mattifies my skin. I do have oily combo skin, so I really want something that will help combat that oil and sort of moisturize. So these are two that I've been loving. This is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, and this is just a stick that you can put all over your face. I've been using that for a while, but I've really been liking this one by Becca. It's the Velvet Blurring Primer. It just looks like this, and I just take a pump or two of this. It's pretty liquidy, so like a pump and a half. Oh, you can see that. And I like to let this sit into my skin so that it can really just set into the skin. I just use my fingers for this. Make sure that they're clean because you don't want to spread any bacteria or get anything like that on your face. And I just put it everywhere. Don't want any of that oil peeking through, and then I like to press it into the skin. This primer has been great for making sure I don't get oily throughout the day, and it just kind of makes your skin feel exactly what it says. It's velvety. I really have been liking this. And then I like to just go in and moisturize my lips real quick. This is just a lip balm that I've been using. I just like to make sure that they're nice and moisturized because I'm going to go in and put on a liquid lipstick, and that can really dry your lips out, as can traveling and being up in an airplane. So I like to make sure that they're nice and hydrated. Okay, so moving on, I like to do my brows before I go in with any foundation, and this takes me a minute, so I'm going to do this off camera. This is the Anastasia Dipbrow pomade in the shade Blonde. So I'm going to go in and do my brows, and then I'll be right back. And then what I like to do is go in with any sort of concealer brush, and I'll take my concealer, I'll just grab the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I like to kind of carve them out and kind of fix anything that I might have overdrawn it somewhere, or it looks a little sloppy. It just kind of cleans up the area. I'm going to be taking a Sigma E60 large shader, just the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this stuff is budge proof, guys. So this whole makeup tutorial is going to be long wearing, full coverage. Like, this shouldn't budge on you. I know a lot of people like to skip the primer, but if you want your makeup to last all day, primer is absolutely necessary in my opinion. You just have to find the right one that works for you. Becca has a great range of primers, no matter what your skin type is, no matter what you want to use it for. Like I said, oiliness is a huge thing with me, so my makeup stays on longer if it doesn't start breaking apart. So yeah, don't skip these steps if you want your makeup to last all day. I know sometimes the products can be a little bit pricier, but I'll show you the ones where you can use like drugstore options instead. But sometimes you just kind of gotta splurge if you want your makeup to last all day. Okay, so now that our brows are done, we're going to move on to foundation. And I am a huge skincare face makeup junkie. My face makeup is my favorite part of doing my makeup. So I swear by one foundation. This is what I've used on all my brides and friends makeup that I do for big events, and that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This is a great full coverage foundation. It will last you so long. It looks great in pictures. Some people say it has a flashback, but I've never had any complaints about that, and I've never noticed it. But this is a great foundation if you want your makeup to last all day, stay matte, and just look great. So the way that I like to apply my foundation is with a damp beauty blender. Make sure that your beauty blender is damp. Don't go in with it dry. It kind of defeats the purpose of it. It's not going to work the way it's supposed to. Really make sure that you wring that sucker out. Not sure. I have 2 different colors in this. I think one of them might be fine, but I might add in a second color that's a little bit darker. And I'll leave all the shades of everything listed below. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my sponge. A lot of people say that this wastes product, and it might, honestly, but it's just what I find to be easiest and fastest. This color looks like it'll be fine. Yeah, perfect match. And I like to really just push it into the skin like so. And you always want to make sure to bring it back onto your ear and onto your neck so that it's as blended as possible and you don't have any weird streaks. Okay, so now that we have that all blended in, I'm going to go in with concealer. My 2 favorites are MAC Pro Longwear Concealer and the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. They are both great. I cannot choose which one I like better. So I take a pump of the Pro Longwear and I kind of put that just right under here, like this. Kind of looking like a crazy person. And then I'll go with the Tarte Shape Tape and put it closer to my under eye because it's a little bit lighter. Like that. And they're both very full coverage and long wearing. And then I'll kind of create these little stripes around my face to make me look like an Indian. Kind of like that. And then I just take that same beauty blender and I'll blend that out. When blending out this bottom concealer part, I like to blend out the corners first and then go in closer to the eye just because I want to make sure that this is seamless before this because we're kind of melting the foundation and the concealer together. And then whatever concealer I've left from underneath, I'll put that onto my eyelid to sort of prep for any shadow, and it just kind of makes your eye area look a little bit brighter because you have the concealer up there. Okay, so now to set everything, I'm going to take, this is actually an Airspun powder. I just put it on in an old Laura Mercier container. I love the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, but this is just what I've been using lately. Airspun you can get at the drugstore, you can find it at Walmart, Walgreens, maybe CVS. And I just take that on a Morphe E48 brush, and this is the brush I use to set my under eye. So I just take whatever is in the cap and look up and just set right underneath there. And then I'll take a big fluffy brush. This is a Morphe E2 brush, and I'll use that to set the rest of my face. So then I'm going to go in with bronzer, and I love bronzer. Maybe I use too much of it, but I absolutely love it. So I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in medium deep matte bronzer. To contour, I am going to take the Sigma F05 brush. I have been using this brush for so long and it's still my favorite. I've tried so many other brushes and this is just my tried and true. So I just like to bronze up the forehead, all the places where the sun would naturally hit you. Just puts a little bit more life back to the skin. And then my cheekbones. Kind of all around my hairline. And then I'll do a little bit of contouring on my nose. There's 2 brushes that I use for this. This is the Sigma E70 medium angled shading brush, and then I like to use the Morphe E46 angled brush. Taking the same bronzer, and I'll just lightly go down the sides of my nose. And then to really warm up the skin, I like to use a bronzer that's more of a terracotta shade. This is the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Bronzed Bondi. Look at the packaging on this. Isn't this so beautiful? And that's just what it looks like. It's more of a terracotta warm shade, so that's really going to bring some life back into the skin. And to use this, I'm just going to take the Morphe R2 brush, and I just like to put this on my cheeks. This bronzer is so nice. It's so smooth, and I love the formula. All the Becca products, their formula I've been using for years, and this is the first bronzer that I have by them, and I've really been enjoying it. And the shade is just perfect. I love me some terracotta bronzers and look like I just got off the beach. So going in with blush, I'm going to take MAC Melba, and I'm going to take it on a Sigma F10 blush brush and just pop that on the apples of my cheeks. I'm a huge blush person. I love me some blush. Then I just like to take a stippling brush, this one's by Real Techniques, and just kind of go over everything, make sure everything's blended out nice, no harsh lines. Stippling brushes are great for doing this. And yeah, we're basically done with the face. The last thing that I do with my face is I'll go in with a highlighter. I've really been enjoying Laura Geller Gilded Honey. This is a great color. And I just take it on any sort of brush. This is a Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush. And I like to just take that, I go straight in, right down the bridge of my nose. Put it on my Cupid's bow. On the inner corner of my eye. And right underneath my brow bone. Okay, so now I like to go in and set my brows. This is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and this just makes it so that your brows do not move at all. They will stay in place. This stuff is like super glue for your eyebrows. We'll move on to the eyes. The first thing I like to do is just take a nude eyeliner and put this right into my waterline. It kind of just makes you look more awake and brighten up the eye, especially if like you didn't get a good night's sleep or it's been a long day. It'll just really sort of open those eyes up. So for my eyes, I'm going to go in with this Sigma Warm Neutrals palette. And I don't do too much with my eyes when I'm going to work. I just like to put a little bit in the crease. You can use your bronzer that I use, like so that Becca bronzer, that would be great to put in the crease. But I'm just going to take this shade Cinnamon because it's really pretty. This is just a great everyday palette that I've been keeping in my bag. I'm going to take that on a Sigma E40 blending brush. I'm just going to put that right into the crease. So we're not doing a whole lot, it's just giving your eyelid a little bit of definition. So for my everyday for work, I really like to keep my eyes pretty neutral, and then I'll just pop on some mascara. But I've really been liking to keep this palette with me. It just has so many great shimmer shades and matte shades that it can really make it into like a night look pretty easily. So I just curl my eyelashes and then go in with mascara. You guys are always asking me about my eyelashes. So I do not use eyelash serums. I do not have eyelash extensions. I just use mascara. So for mascara, this is what I've been using for quite a while. I use the Benefit They're Real primer. I don't really think it does much, but I love the They're Real mascara. And then I go in with the Lancome Grandoise mascara. Another great drugstore mascara is the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. Great drugstore mascara. So yeah, I just go in and do those three and call it a day. Okay, so I just got done applying my mascara, and as you can see, I am pretty messy with it. So I got it all on my eyelids. Just let it dry. You can take a Q-tip, a dry Q-tip, wet Q-tip, and just kind of rub it off. Or you can just take that same eyeshadow blending brush, just go over it and it'll come right off. I'm really bad at being clean with my mascara. I just kind of whip it on as fast as I can and hope for the best. I use a bunch of different lip colors, but my two favorite that I use are Colourpop Dopey, and this is Milani Amore Lip Matte Cream in Adorable. And I really like using these sort of products because I want my lipstick to stay on all day long. Colourpop is a great brand. They're budget friendly. Like, I think they're usually $6, and they have a great range of colors. They really do. I have so many of them. This is just the one that I tend to wear a lot that you guys ask me about a lot. So yeah, again, that's just what works best for me. You do you, boo, but that's just my opinion. And then mainly I've been using MAC Strip Down liner, and I just like to line my lips. I overdraw them just slightly, but you don't want to go too overboard. You don't want them to look crazy. So I just outline the lips. I don't fill them in or anything. And then today I'm going to go in with Dopey. So I like to take as little as possible. Like I will wipe off the excess and I will go in and do 1 layer. Once it dries, sometimes I'll go in and do 2 layers, but it's really opaque, so usually you don't have to. But now is when I'll go in with a Q-tip and kind of clean up that eye area. And if you wipe off some of the shadow, just go back in and apply it. It's really no big deal. And in order for my makeup to last all day long, I have to use a setting spray. I swear by setting sprays. You have to find the right one or else they can be kind of pointless and you'll find that they don't really do much for you. So I'm going to take this one by Milk. How cute is the bag that their products come in? So cute, right? So this is the Milk Makeup Blur Spray. This is great for oily skin. Another one that I swear by is the Skindinavia All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. This one is fabulous. But I've really been enjoying this one lately. So I always like to shake them up before I use them, just so that all of the contents is mixed together. And then I just spritz away. And I like to kind of dry it. Nikki Tutorials says that this is what really makes it work. I don't know if it does, but I'm going to do it because Nikki says to. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know it's highly requested and I finally got around to it. So if you guys want to see more flight attendant makeup tutorials, maybe depending on like the season, then let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll leave everything in the description box below. I always list everything down there. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!